Batten's disease is a rare genetic neurological disease which strikes infants and children. It causes mental impairment, worsening seizures, and progressive loss of sight and motor skills. It's a very ugly thing. It is terminal, and there is no known cure at this point. We have a 29-year-old Vacaville resident, Mr. Noah Coughlan. I think he's here tonight. Where is he? Oh, yeah. Come on up front, Noah, please. Batten's, right by the mic there, would be great, Noah. Batten's disease affected two of his childhood friends, Katie and Annie Aiello, who inspired his runs across the United States. And normally it's something when you run across the United States once. This gentleman has done it twice, and that's from coast to coast in efforts to make the disease more known to people and raise funding for further research. In 2011, Noah ran from San Diego to Jacksonville, Florida. And in 2013, this year, he ran from Half Moon Bay to Boston, Massachusetts. He ran 3,100 miles, crossed 9 mountain ranges, ran through 3 deserts, got hot feet probably too, ran across 16 states in 108 days, left Pacific Ocean on July 27th and arrived at the Atlantic Ocean on November the 10th. He's displayed his love and respect for the U.S. and his patriotism by carrying a large American flag on the entire run. He's one of only 27 people in the United States who have run across America twice. When you think of the largeness of that commitment, it's pretty astounding to me. Noah, we thank you very much. And I have
Want to cue the video?
He's running for hundreds of children who may never get the chance to run on their own.
This is the second cross-country trip for Noah, but it's his first trip running solo. Well, almost solo. He's had his American flag flying every day through 16 states, 9 mountain ranges, and 3 deserts.
So just trying to be a voice for children who can't speak, who can't walk, who can't talk, and by no fault of their own have inherited a genetic disorder, and there's hope.
It is called Batten disease.
Batten disease.
Batten disease?
Batten disease.
Batten disease.
He pushes his stroller with an American flag.
Well, I'd like to say I'm honored to know a man who is dedicated to this land and to the people of this land, and his name is Noah.
And I'm proud to be an American, taking this from coast to coast. Sea to shining sea here. all across America, and there's no shortage of kindness from the American people.
When Noah ends up in Boston on Veterans Day this year, he will be just the 27th person to have run across the entire country twice.
One man is trying to make a difference for kids everywhere fighting Batten disease.
I'm witnessing the kindness of the American people firsthand every single day. And what does the flag mean to me? It's liberty, freedom, opportunity, hope, and just reminded of the saying on the dollar bill, I believe, it's e pluribus unum, out of many, we are one. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here tonight. I humbly accept this award and this commendation. This demonstrates the goodwill of this community. First of all, I would like to thank Ron Roulette and the Vacaville City Council for inviting me here. Mayor Steve Hardy, Vice Mayor Delana Harris, Councilmember Ron Roulette, Councilmember Curtis Hunt, Councilmember Mitch Mashburn, City Manager Laura Kuhn, City Attorney Jerry Hobrecht, and City Clerk Michelle Thornbrough. Members of the community, friends and family, thank you for having me. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the entire city of Vacaville, my hometown, where I grew up, where I went to school. This is my home, and God willing, Vacaville will remain my home for years to come. Thank you, Vacaville and Solano County, for your continued support. For a brief recap of who I am, my name is Noah Coughlan, also known as the guy running across America. In the last 3 years, the circumstances of life have presented me with not only one, but two very unique opportunities to help make a difference in our community and world. Since 2011, I have run almost 6,000 miles through training, 4 official marathons, and 2 coast-to-coast runs across the United States of America to help raise awareness and funding and help find a cure for Batten disease. Batten disease is a very rare genetic, neurological, degenerative brain disease affecting only 2 to 4 out of every 100,000 births in the United States annually. Children, by no fault of their own, suffer loss of sight, loss of speech, loss of motor skills, along with seizures, cognitive loss, dementia, eventually leading to children being tube-fed, bedridden, and unable to communicate. The disease is always fatal. Currently, there is no cure yet, but there is hope. Batten disease is one of 7,000 known rare diseases or disorders. Growing up in Vacaville with 2 friends from my church was my initial connection to Batten disease. 2 sisters, Katie and Annie Alio. For something so rare, I wanted to do something very big, too big to ignore, to send a message to the world, to raise a major amount of awareness. A run across America was the biggest idea I could come up with. To date, more people have climbed Mount Everest than have run across the United States. It did not take long for me to realize the opportunity at hand. It was my time to go. I felt it necessary to put a normal life on hold and attempt the impossible. For the greater good, I became a missionary and a messenger. I knew I could make a difference. First came the 2011 Run for Research, a 4-month and 12-day, 2,500-mile run from San Diego to Jacksonville, Florida, Pacific Ocean to Atlantic, through 2 deserts, 2 mountain ranges, and 8 states with a support crew. Incredible journey going from an idea to walking in the Atlantic Ocean in Jacksonville. Next came the 2013 Run Coast to Coast, a 3-month and 18-day, 3,100-mile run from Half Moon Bay, California to Boston, Massachusetts, Pacific to Atlantic. 17 states, 9 mountain ranges, 3 deserts, running solo and unassisted without a support crew. Another incredible journey. I took a new route with new opportunities to get the other children and other families on a northern route on the news, put a human face on Batten disease. The second time, I carried the American flag every single mile. It was the most amazing experience of my life. I watched in awe as I saw the enormous amount of respect for the American flag. Patriotism and respect for country is alive and well. I met veterans from all our nation's wars and conflicts, including servicemen and women serving today. The veteran you saw in the video was a man named Lewis Hudson, a World War II veteran and one of the first paratroopers in the Battle of Normandy in 1944 in the 82nd Airborne. Though not planned, I ended my run on Veterans Day weekend and the Marine Corps birthday. There is no adequate way to say thank you to all of our veterans. You have sacrificed so much to keep us all safe and ensure the American opportunity, the American spirit, and the American dream remain strong. Thank you, veterans and the United States Armed Forces. The 2013 run brought me to the Flight 93 Memorial in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. I spoke to the high school students at Newtown High School in Sandy Hook, Connecticut. And in my final 5-mile dash to the Atlantic, I paused for a moment of silence at the site of the Boston Marathon bombing attack on Boylston Street. I hope somehow through the efforts of my run and the presence of the American flag, I was able to lift the spirits of these communities after these national tragedies. What started as just another run for the Batten disease community became a story about the American people. We all celebrate and grieve together. What affects one affects all. E pluribus unum, out of many, we are one. It is by the grace of God Almighty that I survived to come home safely. Nothing short of a miracle that I'm here speaking to you now. Close vehicle encounters, hypothermia, heat exhaustion, weight loss, fatigue, rain, thunder, lightning, frigid cold, wind, floods, heat, hail, tornado activity, food poisoning, dog encounters, bee stings. A big bird pooped on me right in Louisiana, like a big pelican, right before a news interview. I'm gonna stop there because my mother's in the audience. Scared her enough. Love you, Mom. Thank you to my hometown community and all of the American people I met along the way. It was through all of your contributions, the donations, the messages, the phone calls, and all of your efforts that made both my journeys possible. All of you will never know just how much it meant to me as the human being trying to cross the continent on foot twice. The totality of 2 runs was the sum of many small victories and battles. Battles with the road, battles with the weather, battles with the fragile and delicate cause I represented, the battle with my own mind. When my body was failing, you were there to lift me up. When my mind was failing, you were there to lift me up. When I needed help the most, you came to the rescue. You helped me share my message to the world of why does Batten disease matter. And for that, I am eternally grateful. I would like to finish my address to you tonight, not as a marathon runner, not as the guy who ran across America twice, and not as a spokesperson for Batten disease and the rare disease community, but as a citizen of Vacaville, a citizen of Solano County, a citizen of the United States, a citizen of humanity. I am proud to call myself an American. My firsthand experiences over the last 3 years have permanently altered my belief in humanity. I was a victim of unending kindness and extreme generosity of the American people, starting right here in Vacaville. It is through this firsthand experience of kindness from others that I was able to continue on in my missions of service to others. I am forever grateful for every contribution and act of kindness. The American people are strong. We are kind. We are generous. We want to help each other out. America is not defined by its governing body or political affairs. America is defined by its people and their willingness to come together and lift each other up. I would like to thank the entire city of Vacaville, the Batten disease community, friends, family, North Bay Healthcare, Jackson Medical Supply, Gold's Gym Vacaville, Stanley Davis, Vacaville Recycling, 95.3 KUIC, the Vacaville Reporter, Vacaville Magazine, my sister Lauren and the Vacaville Police Department, Josh and Jared from Vision into Destiny Web Design, Hitchcock and Company Marketing, and Ezio Lucido and the entire Luminous Marketing and Media team for helping me in my cause to help others. In closing, I want to talk about one word we tend to overlook: chivalry. Chivalry, not in the dating or romance type of the word. We're not going there. With this mixed audience, we're not talking about chivalry. We're going to talk about chivalry in the historic sense. King Arthur, the Knights of the Round Table, the Middle Ages. About to speak about the Knights Code of Chivalry. The Knights Code of Chivalry was a moral system that stated all knights should protect others who cannot protect themselves, such as widows, children, and elders. All knights needed to have the strength and skills to fight wars in the Middle Ages. They not only had to be strong, but they were also extremely disciplined and were expected to use their power to protect the weak and defenseless. So with this brief history reminder, the question arises: when the time comes and you know you can make a difference in service to others, will you use your position, your influence, your power, your skill set, and your contributions to protect the weak and defenseless? The human desire to help one another and the willingness to make a difference is not present in a few of us. It is present in all of us. That is powerful and that is meaningful. May we carry these ideals with us into our lives, into our dreams, into our imaginations. May we direct our steps to be a light to the world, to empower, to inspire, to lead. Through every heartbreak, through every obstacle, through every struggle, through all the pain and suffering, there is one thing we all have in common that has lifted our souls and the spirits of our communities. That is our courage to act. May we always find the courage to do what each of us can do, however we can do it, by whatever means we can, to make that difference. The world needs us. The world needs you. Thank you very much. God bless you and God bless America.
His hands are like a hardened soul. Holding on. I would like for his mom, wherever she is, to stand up. There you go. You did something really right about this. I'm proud to even just be here to acknowledge him. And you people at home are seeing something that is a very rare treat, so I hope you enjoyed every minute of it, because it's special people that do special things. And thank you, Ron, for participating in getting this thing together.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, we have several.
Oh, okay. Diana, Vice Mayor.
All right. Noah, you know, Vacaville has seen its share of suffering from Batten's disease. Your two friends passed away, and then just recently another two sisters in Vacaville passed away. So Rachel and Corey Sharp, beautiful, beautiful young women who suffered for many years, 15 years. So what you've done for the city of Vacaville, what you've done in terms of putting yourself out there, is an encouragement to more than just the family that you were running for. And so I just want to say thank you very much for putting yourself out there. Thank you very much for giving a lesson to our youth about the importance of giving of yourself to help others. God bless you.
Thank you.
Curtis.
Noah, I just want to thank you for inspiring and to enlighten us tonight. I happen to have the very honor and privilege of knowing Joe and Kathy Alio for 25 years, I guess. I worked with Joe at the Fairfield Police Department. And they were presented with two difficult situations, you know, both Katie and Annie. And they had a choice to make. They could have been angry and frustrated and mad at God, mad at the world. But they didn't. They became inspirations to anybody that knew them. They became models for how to handle things. And through their faith and through their relationship with God, they inspired everybody that knew them. And we saw Katie and we saw Annie at all the golf tournaments. And every year it was, for the people that weren't there, it was more difficult to see them deteriorate and to see their health get so very, very critical. But for Joe and Kathy, it was an opportunity to even have more faith and to do more and to inspire us. And you know, I just wanted to share with you that you were presented an option. You found something that was hurtful. You found something that was, you know, difficult, and you had an action plan. And I know Kathy's in the audience tonight, and I just, as a person that's known them for 25 years, and you as well, say how much you've inspired me, and how they've inspired me as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mitch?
I also wanted to say thank you for bringing attention to those rare diseases that are out there, but also for, like a rock in a pond, making us all aware that chivalry is something that all of us should be proponents of and that we should all be participating in, and for doing that nationwide, for taking that across the entire nation and making sure that we are all aware that we need to step up every day to make a difference for those who can't do it for themselves. So I absolutely thank you for that.
Thank you.
Ron.
Thanks, sir. Noah, I appreciate our friendship. You know my story. I've talked to you about it. I get up every morning and watch your journey on Facebook and the media through your website, and it was amazing. And I told you it inspired me, and I know it's inspired many. And I just want to thank you for coming down tonight and accepting the award, and thank you for everything you've done. It goes without words that, you know, you've done a lot for not just Batten disease, but just to get everyone motivated to do things like you have done. So I appreciate you. Thank you for representing Vacaville, and thank you very much for coming down here tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything you've done, Noah. I've said my piece, and I just would add emphasis to everything everybody said here tonight, because that's what we think of you. And what you did is truly a great, great thing.
Well, thank you for having me. It was an honor to represent Vacaville twice on 2 coast-to-coast runs.
Okay.
Thank you.
Terrific.